Well, I'm going to start with some local poems. The first one is just up the road in Clovenfords. I saw a picture in the Southern Reporter, and it was of the guys, the Thompsons, with all their fruit in the vineries that had now, of course, disappeared and been replaced by the primary school. So this poem's called The Clovenfords Vineries. All the world pearled through glass. I'm not sure whether this is heaven with fruit and pools and ferns, or the devil's place, all heat and aisles, sprung with the little spored fronds that touch and bend. Outside, the clatter of coal in clarty carts to keep growth warm from April to dead winter, and the coalman's clunking refracted in the train-bound grapes packed soft in Thompson's own mossed crates. Bound for London and the braw shop in Castle Street. Outside, impossible to walk up that hill. Put a hand out and it is swallowed by maidenhair, love apples, black Alicante swells next to Muscat of Alexandria and Gros Coleman. And a pear, table grapes eaten with a knife fork and a pair of silver scissors, cold lips plump above the Arabic grate. 5 miles of hot water pipes and 5 boys shoveling anthracite. Thanks. Now, the next one actually is funny because you've heard a poem set in Hoyk and Morrison, so this is an answering poem really, which I wrote in Asda car park down the road. And like Thomas's, there is a kind of snow theme running through some, why, I don't know, as we're just about to enter May Day and spring. But anyway, this one is snowstorm in Asda car park. Even the flakes are strange, dropping intermittently on the pensioners packing their car to flick away. My bag of pet food is untouched, I'm mistaken, but slight crystals start to silver. The sky tells me nothing. Cloud is empty until at its far end a line is drawn. Snow falls there, abrupt and straight powdering cars parked sensibly in the overflow space. Epicurean snow, so fine, imagine a dish brought to you and sweetmeats encrusted, an ice omelette, the foreign cook's so clever, and a gossamer carpet unrolled by merchants for me, dressed in this fabric so delicate I flop into my car a queen. And the snow theme continues a little bit. I don't know where this poem came from. It's really I think it's to do with the Eildons, really, looking out on the Eildons, but this one's, I guess, border poems about border places, but also that state of mind to do with the border. So this is definitely bordering on an other world. This one's called Border Snow. The noise is not the noise of the street, but of the hill filtered through snow. I imagine that this is the start of a cave, its birth a river's fingertip, becoming sinkhole, until I and all my friends, if I had them with me, would be sunk in a cavern. Merlin might be there, cooking something warm, because beneath the hill is the core of the hill, and that's cold, cold enough to hurt your brain and make you think of them again. I might put on the old armour, and the wizard would be glad, measuring time in his saucepan and chocolate. We would discuss the newspaper. Oh yes, he has them, very old and webby, like Grandad's shelf lining in the shed. He likes to keep in touch. So he sings some snippets of song and makes a rude gesture that is actually unknown to me, and that breaks the ice. The river flows right through, depositing me here by somebody's Volvo. And continuing that, there's slightly strange moods that the snow brought onto me. I don't know if you remember, like 3 years ago, I guess, when the snow was in the borders and you just couldn't get anywhere. So this is another kind of border. I quite like the technological border. So if you have your QR code readers handy, you could actually read this poem as a QR code as well, but I think I'll read it too, just in case. So this one is also, it's actually made up of status updates. So these are the real, when we were kind of trapped in Darnick and not able to get out, these are the kind of status updates, and they do get progressively nuttier. So this one's called Snow and the Eildons Like a Dusty Dog. The otter was on the call today in the end of the snow, hunting for packages in overlooked Thorlarders. Found the stoat trail again in the snow this morning, and it spiraled round and round, maybe dancing, maybe charming a rabbit. Mouse motorways uncovered in Bessie Reed Field. Snow has melted to show intricate grass bobsleigh run forms, sculpted, writhing roadmap. Burn edge thick with little birds, wren alone, territorial, later goldfinch chaffinches, all searching for granular, fast unfrozen food. Gang of Scandinavian blackbirds have taken over the garden, all puffed out against the gold as if on steroids. Obliged to wear the long johns of an adolescent boy, rolled and slid home an armchair scavenged from the dump. At last, the snowy weather is good for something. And I'll just finish with one more. And this is a poem that I used to be a guide at Abbotsford, kind of before the new Abbotsford. It was in the sort of inter-Abbotsford when it was a bit more of a free-for-all, and I spent a lot of time, not many people came, and I was in trouble really. So as a guide I used to spend a lot of time looking at the things there, and one of the things I particularly liked was this tiny bit of oatcake that Scott had collected with a musket ball, and this was taken from the pocket of the sporran of a Highlander at the Battle of Culloden, and this is the poem to finish with. A biscuit crumbled and eaten on a battle morning in a glass case, and a ball beside it, a bullet clean now under glass, blood that dripped on grass from the white-skinned chest, and an arm on that green grass, the skin white above the weather tan, and the pattern of veins, small and blue in a white skin on green grass. The blades drip with blood. Under glass, the ball all clean, and the biscuit from the pouch is clean and crumbled. A little taken to keep the spirits up, and the rest to be saved for later, a wife had said, or a mother, and the biscuit that perhaps the crofter or the boy or the labourer had with forethought saved, wrapped in a small bit of cloth or handkerchief for the evening, protected there as he left it, the crofter or the boy or the labourer, laying down in the grass quite softly, apologetically, white upper arms, soft and childlike, known only to a mother or a lover, revealed and pressing softly the patterns of thin blue veins on the green grass, and the blood, quite clean, drips steadily as the heart continues its work for a short while, and the grass, its seeds or lack of them, remind this man of the harvest and the sun and the sky emptying above him, so still around for a battlefield, the evening gathers and the biscuit crumpled, ready under glass, still waiting, and the ball beside it, stopping the heart's work. Thanks.